I've had a lot of questions about these floor trusses and why we went with them over dimensional number like a 2x12 or some kind of engineered floor joist like a TGI. So let me talk to that for a minute based on a lot of the questions that we've had. So here's the issue. We're in the Northwest. There's a lot of moisture, and we've got a crawl space in this house. Underneath this house is a crawl space. The foundation walls that they poured were only 30 inches tall, which is not a whole lot of room for a crawl space. And then if inside that 30 inches, below the floor, we had to hang all of the mechanical systems like heating and air, plumbing, and electrical, there wouldn't be a whole lot of room down there. Worse than that is, what if we get a really, really wet winter or a warm spring and snow melts real quick and we get flooding for some reason? And it's not just about waterproofing around the foundation. If groundwater rises up, it could fill that crawl space with water, and it would be very damp, and certainly with all those mechanical systems down there, they would be exposed to all of that moisture, and that could do a lot of damage. So what we wanted was a product that was not a laminate product like a TGI, which is a glued pressed board which is susceptible to delamination with moisture. So these floor trusses gave us 2x4s that were not going to be susceptible to moisture as susceptible. Obviously still can grow mold and other things. But the room that we've got down in there in these floor trusses will allow us to tuck all of that mechanical system up into the floor trusses. And then the plan is then to insulate around all those mechanical systems. And then at the bottom of the floor truss, we'll cover that with a vapor barrier. And then over the vapor barrier, we're gonna cover it with a wire mesh that will hopefully help to support that vapor barrier, and then also help to keep out any kind of mice, animals, whatever that might get down into that crawl space. I'll try and give you a better angle here. If you look underneath, you can see the trusses all line up all the way along underneath the house. And that's where we can run all of our plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. And then you can see that with all of those systems tucked up, if we seal the bottom here and we insulate it, then we've got a vapor barrier around the entire house. A lot of people forget that there's crawl spaces are really damp, and they put some insulation in the floor, and over time moisture works its way up into the house, and there's rot and mold and other issues. So the advantage here is gaining that extra space in the floor that will keep us further away from potential moisture down in the crawl space. It'll create a lot more room to get down in there and to be able to work if there ever was an issue with one of those mechanical systems. And hopefully we'll have a house that is got a vapor barrier around the entire thing. Now I'm sure that you've got 57,000 questions, so put those down in the comments below, and I'll try and get back to you when I can. We'll try and get as much information to you as possible. It's been great to have the feedback. I've enjoyed all the questions on the videos that we've put out so far, so please keep the questions coming. It looks bright and sunny. It's like it's a beautiful day, but it's around... Hey, what are we guessing the temperature is?
24, 25.
So 24, 25 degrees. But with the sun out and the wind's not blowing, it's going to be a beautiful day. So I'm looking forward to getting some of these walls put together and getting some of them stood up. Okay. So pull that thing apart. Okay, so we're gonna go 2x12, and then we'll go 1/2 inch sheet, then we'll go 2x12. So what we're gonna do is move that 1/2 inch out of the way, not too far out of your way. But we want to get it lined up and then put a couple, like 4 nails, one in each corner, just so it doesn't move as we continue to stack up the header.
Oh, move this one?
Yeah, so that's 3.5 inches. We know our nails are 3 inches. If you shoot your nail in at an angle, then they're not going to come out the other side. But I want to get these 4 corners lined up. Okay, looking good. Put a nail in each corner. Remember, a little bit of an angle, not so close to the edge. Okay, do the other side there. Okay, beautiful. Now pound those nails in flat, and then we'll keep stacking. So on these exterior walls that we're building right now, we've got these headers that'll end up above the windows. And the reason for that is they're having to carry the entire load of the roof to try and span across the window. Hey, make sure before you shoot that you're really well lined up. We've really got to make sure that it's nice and smooth.
I'm lacking over here.
Okay, well, it can come your way.
Okay. Now I'm a little short.
That's okay. Better split the difference.
Okay. We're splitting.
Get some in the middle. Okay, then we want to flip it over. So you can see how heavy it is. By the time we get 3 of these in a wall, we're going to need a machine to lift this thing. Hey. There you go. Beautiful. You can hear that compressor spooling up.
Uh-huh.
Wait on it just a second. That's the disadvantage to running both of those guns at the same time.
Come on.
Just go for it. Beauty. Let's throw that sucker in and see if it fits. Couple of love taps and you'll be there. Done and done. Those headers look good. Turning out to be a beautiful day. We're working on this other wall. This is in the, I guess, kitchen, living room area. That opening that you're seeing right there is for a sliding glass door, and that's why that header there is so big. That thing is 87 inches long and it weighs an absolute ton. It's going to take all of us plus some hydraulic equipment in order to lift this wall with that big of a header in it. The weather is still cold, which isn't too bad, but as soon as things get warmer, I think we'll move a lot faster. Another beautiful day. Got a bunch of walls put together. These 2x6 exterior walls are a lot of work. There's a lot to consider with windows. It goes a lot quicker with the interior walls. With 2x4 and no windows, all we got to worry about is doors. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be clear and hopefully not as cold. I don't know that we got above freezing today. We got all sorts of icicles in my face.
My mama would rock me in the cradle in them old cotton field back home.